What's up, guys? If you're like us and you went and saw Logan opening weekend, then you saw a teaser trailer for Deadpool 2, and then it came out officially with some added little bonus stuff that wasn't in the trailer that we saw before the movie.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds, very much. So, we got super excited, we watched it, we scrubbed through the whole thing and found a bunch of Easter eggs, and we're going to tell you all of the things that we found. The basic gist, if you haven't seen the trailer, is that, of course, Deadpool is not in costume. He sees someone in trouble, and he decides that he's going to run into a phone booth fresh with the music from Superman from 1978, and he's going to change into his costume so that he can save this person, and it takes a little too long, and he doesn't quite save them at all.
And opening up the scene to that is when he runs to the phone booth, you can see now tonight is Logan. Play on the theater that is probably not open.
Right.
And a little something we haven't really seen anybody talk about is all the tags with Ray on it. And we were like, what is this? This is a Ryan Reynolds, first three letters of his name. But there's a crown on top of one of the Rays. And in the Marvel Universe, there is a character called Prince Ray.
And we don't know if there's any correlation or if it just happened to have a crown there.
Or, is that going to be some weird thing that they're going to be referencing?
Yeah. Our best guess is that it's actually referencing Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of weird stuff showing up in graffiti, so it's possible that they're making some nod to some random Marvel character.
Yeah, well, another graffiti thing was Hope was everywhere. And
this is one that
people are saying it's Professor Xavier's Hope. Like wishing for hope. A couple people have said that, but
people and we initially thought Deadpool hopes he can be in Wolverine, or hopes that Wolverine will be in Deadpool.
That's another one.
That was another thing, but our best guess is that it's concerning Hope Summers.
Yeah.
Hope Summers is the mutant messiah. She basically, when she was a baby, she was supposed to be the person who could make it. Could basically save all of humankind and mutant kind, and there's actually a connection with her to Cable. Cable actually named her Hope Summers after his wife, whose name was Hope, and he actually saved her life. So it's possible that connection's there.
And we couldn't really confirm who owned the rights to her.
Yeah.
We couldn't find anything officially that said that.
But the connection makes sense considering we are pretty positive that Cable is going to be in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Especially with the little Easter egg on the telephone booth saying Nathan Summers coming soon.
With a U, of course
with a U, because it's Deadpool and it's hilarious. Nathan Summers, of course, being Cable. Now, our assumption is that there's going to be an announcement for an actor soon, especially after they got rid of Tim Miller because his choices for actor wasn't very acceptable. We do have a rumor right now that it's going to be David Harbour who's going to be playing Nathan Summers or Cable. A much better choice for sure, and he played Jim Hopper in Stranger Things, so we already love him as an actor, already love things that he's done.
Trying to picture him as Cable.
He might just have to beef up a little bit, but he's already kind of a big dude, so I think that it's doable.
It could be.
And he's a good actor, so.
Yeah. And then after he gets changed, pops out of the photo booth, we stop seeing his ass or phone booth. That shows a shot of Firefly posters, and people are assuming one thing, but there's one thing that I haven't heard yet.
They're assuming two things.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Two things.
Well, one
is Morena Baccarin,
right,
who was in Firefly and happened to have also been in Deadpool and being like, hey, you're cool.
And then another possible reference is Fireflies in the Garden, which Ryan Reynolds was in, which came out in 2008. But our assumption is
there's one other thing. Some people are guessing that Nathan Fillion might have something to do with Deadpool as well. But most likely that's not going to be the case, considering that he's going to be Wonder Man.
Yeah.
That's a Marvel property and not a Fox property.
And Marvel has a very specific rule on you play one character, you can only play that character in that universe, and Fox and Marvel still haven't quite gotten along yet.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense for him to be that connection. But the other connection is
Firefly is trying to get rebooted by Fox.
Fox wants to make it again, and it's very possible that they just said, hey, we're working on this in a Deadpool trailer.
Right.
And that's our theory, is that they're like, you know what? There's a good chance that people who are fans of Firefly are also fans of Deadpool, and we're just gonna like poke this in there to go, just so you know, we're working on it.
Little thing for you. Something that didn't show up in at least the showing of Logan that we saw is Stan Lee made a cameo in the Deadpool trailer, commenting on his suit, and Ryan Reynolds tells him to shut up.
It's interesting to have Stan Lee, instead of doing a cameo in a movie, doing a cameo in a trailer. That's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And of course, Deadpool saying "Shut up, Stan" is pretty perfect. Then while he continues running, we see another poster for Logan, and then we see something that says in graffiti, "Augie was here." Now, it's hard to say.
I got confused and thought they were talking about Foggy.
Yeah, but it's hard to say what it is. But we looked up to see if there is a Marvel character named Augie.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to read this because there's a character named Ogmunder Dragelvad Vinsuvius the 17th, also known as Augie. And this is just some this is just some crazy orc-looking dude,
right?
Who at one point had to have a drinking contest with Thor, and he lost.
Yeah. So, are they just trying to find all the characters that
I don't know if they're
nobody
just
knows about? Because they're like, oh, he's cheap.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just like taking the characters that that no one owns right now, and they're just like, hey, here's this guy, here's that guy. We of course don't know if that's true. No. There also is Augie and the Cockroaches, which is a strange, obscure animated show that I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Unless it's just reference to like the random book that he reads.
Maybe.
Children's book kind of thing.
Maybe.
And then the last piece of graffiti that we saw was
upside down.
Upside down. We had to flip it around, and it says "Victim of the Brain." And if I may take a second to reach,
right?
Victim of the Brain is a film that came out in '88 that has to loosely based on the mind's eye, which has a lot to do with the psyche and yourself, and it maybe is just a reference to maybe he's getting voices now.
Yeah, I think that if
it's a
it
hell
means,
of a jump.
Yeah, but I think that if it means anything, that's the best guess. Is that if you've read the Deadpool comics, he does end up having voices in his head, and it's very possible that we might be seeing the voices in his head showing up in Deadpool too. It's possible, but that's the only thing that we could possibly think of for that.
That was a really hard jump to make.
Right. And then we see a trash can that says Alley Cats on it.
Right.
It's hard to say what this is because
I couldn't even make a far jump.
There's a punk band called Alley Cats, but that doesn't make any sense. So it might just be there, but it's pretty prominent. Like, you can really read it.
Right.
So if you guys know anything about the Alley Cats graffiti that's on the lid of that trash can, if you have any insight on that, we would love to know.
Right.
Because we couldn't find a thing.
Yeah, and people were making jumps about the Cherry Garcia thing too, referencing it to a scene that
with the Nightcrawler
brain freeze
situation.
Seems like a stretch, but I also stretched with that movie from '88.
Maybe Ben and Jerry are gonna make a cameo in it. Or maybe Deadpool will get his own ice cream. That would be awesome.
Cherry Garcia would be the perfect one for him.
And then it teases us by saying Deadpool coming not soon enough.
So
that is true. It's coming out.
Dicking with us.
Well, it's scheduled for what? March 2nd, 2018. That's when it's scheduled, or at least expected to come out. So saying not soon enough, they are not wrong.
Who knows if they're trolling us for anything?
It's very possible.
Deadpool's possible. That marketing team is a genius.
Yes. And then, of course, it ends with something that's hard to make a connection to.
Right. This feels like a troll to me.
It's got to be a troll. You get just a long scroll of tiny words explaining.
It's a book report.
Yeah, it's basically a book report explaining the story of the old man and the sea in the way that Deadpool would explain it. Giving weird references about Joe DiMaggio having sex with Marilyn Monroe.
And weird shark dicks.
And the Fresh Prince reference and all kinds of strange stuff in there. And all of it culminating with some final thesis about how all of this stuff happened with a man and a fish, and now there's red lobsters everywhere. I'm pretty sure that although this is an Easter egg in some manner, I can't make any correlation.
I think they just threw something up there real fast and making everybody go, "What was that?"
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what is this?
Pretty sure it's a troll situation for sure. But obviously, concerning this, the thing we're most excited about is, yes, we know Deadpool's coming.
Yep.
Yes, we know Cable's coming, and it looks like we might actually get a casting announcement soon.
I hope so.
And if they make the story happen where they're gonna move toward Hope Summers, or if they're gonna move toward X-Force, which they've been talking about making, which Cable's one of the founding members of X-Force. This is all really exciting to see these little Easter eggs in here.
Yeah. So that's all the Easter eggs and theories we could culminate out of these couple minutes of randomness that existed. If we missed anything that you saw, or you want to correct us or add anything else to it, put it down in the comments below. We always like having conversations with you because we obviously don't know everything, because we have to try to know everything.
Yes. And if you end up talking about Logan specifically, please don't spoil the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it, because we know that this is in correlation with the Logan movie coming out. So please don't do that and put spoilers if you're going to spoil that movie at all. And if you want to see another video from us, you can click right there. If you want to see something from our channel, click down there. If it's your first time here, we love chatting with you guys, so hit the subscribe button so we can keep the conversation going, and we'll see you guys in the next video.